I made a sword. Hi, I'm Super Sailor Junko and I am a cosplayer. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm still gonna say it's new for the first 6 months because, because it is still new. And yes, welcome back. I'm a cosplayer and I'm a creative. I'm someone who likes to make stuff and dress up and go to different events and just be crazy. So, what's today's video? It was a bit of a hard one because for the last, I want to say 3 weeks, I went on a bit of a con crunch. What is con crunching? Con crunching, which is a fan term for convention crunch, i.e. you are crunching, you're rushing, you're trying to put everything into one point for the convention. So I use it in the term like a verb. I'm con crunching. I'm con crunching for a convention that's coming and I have to get everything ready. This term is usually used in the cosplay space, but I've heard it being used by gamers. I've heard it being used by VTubers. So it's kind of semi-universal. The most recent convention I went to, it's called MegaCon London 2026. I really can't believe it's 2026. I feel like we should have flying cars by now. You know, it should be way more futuristic than it is right now, okay? Let's just say that. For the last couple of weeks, I was con crunching and I was not focused on learning how to edit properly or learning how to like be consistent on YouTube. It's still quite new for me. So apologies. I was like, I'm gonna post twice a week. Yeah, no, that completely fell off. Yeah. But I am back and I will try to be more consistent on this because I want YouTube to actually work and make something. I want it to, you know, go up there. So, apologies. I'll try not to delay. I'll do the classic thing that everyone does, batch content. I have years worth of footage that I've filmed whilst making things and I've not done anything with it. Or I've used it for short form content on TikTok, Pinterest or whatever. So I'm trying to make it on YouTube. So today's video, this is one from last year. No, sorry. Oh God, we're in 2026. So today's video, I made a sword. Yes, I made a sword. Jujutsu Kaisen, the character Maki Zenin, I made her sword for like her second form, which is now out in season 3. The sword's name is Split Soul Katana, and I made it in 2024 for a convention called Anime Con in London. I read ahead, so I also do read manga, and JJK had me wrapped around its little finger in 2023. So I rushed through and I got to the point of Maki like destroying destroying the Zenin clan with this sword and her post the Shibuya arc. I love the fact that she went from like a classic like straight A grade schoolgirl, a ponytail sort of look, to like just heavily restrictions, just wedge with burn marks all over her, damaged eye. I just love that transformation. So I really wanted to do that cosplay, and with that cosplay came that sword. I got there in the end. So, yes, I made the sword. I made the sword out of mainly foam, EVA foam. Oh God, it's covered in dust because I have it mounted on the wall. I made it out of EVA foam and a bit of fur. And then I made the mouth end out of foam clay. So please watch this video and see how I made it. It's so awesome. I ran out of foam and like they're the freaking best. Got the foam literally the next day. All right, first thing I did was, I know it's a bit lazy, but I went onto Etsy and I found someone who had created the sword to scale. And I find scaling quite difficult. So I actually really appreciated just being able to buy this template for like £1 or something, you know, and just print it off, cut it out and see what I'm looking at. I found that it made my life so much easier. Then I got 5mm EVA foam and drew out the pattern. When you are dealing with a blade, you have to do both sides. There's a left side and a right side. You have to make sure you draw that out and cut that out. With a clean scalpel, don't use what I'm doing, but use a clean scalpel on your foam and cut out each component. So I decided to make my blade three 5mm foam deep. So it had 3 elements to it because I knew I was going to put a metal rod in the middle of it so it wasn't floppy. So yes, cut it out and see how you go. All right, once you've cut out everything, then try and figure out how you're going to do the hilt. What I did was a sandwich method, and then I actually wrapped it so it would be more cyclical or more oblong with 1mm EVA foam, and I made sure that I just like kind of created a tube sort of situation. Now this was what, 2.5 years ago. I was not new to foam, but I was new to foam like techniques. So if I could do this again, which I could, I should have done a beveled edge. Now, a beveled edge is when you cut the foam at a 45-degree edge. And I learned this technique from Kamui Cosplay and Kinpatsu Cosplay, who are really good foam smith masters. And they really helped me understand what a beveled edge is. So looking back on this right now, I'm like semi-cringing. I'm like, girl, you could have done this so much better. And then I started on the clay foam mouth end of the sword. So all I did was kind of create a shape, kind of like a burger with a flat edge. And then I individually rolled all the little teeth. The good thing about foam clay is that it's further activated by water. So if you have to mold it a bit more, kind of like Play-Doh, make it a bit more durable or whatever, just add a bit more water and you can like then be really creative with it. I highly recommend getting into foam clay. When you need a distinct shape, foam clay is just amazing. And it also dries hard like normal clay. And then you could go about your business and treat it like any other armor piece. So I took everything outside and then started using contact cement. Again, I'm cringing because this was years ago and my contact cement game is so much better now. So using either a credit card or some type of flat item, spread out the contact cement and wait for everything to dry before you put them together. Again, there's something I could have done better, but yes. Wait for everything to dry. Contact cement is highly toxic, so you need to make sure you're in a highly ventilated area. I just went outside, you know, so much better than doing it indoors. You know, you could actually super destroy your lungs. So make sure you're in a ventilated area. Then stick it together. Make sure it's dry or tacky before you put them together, and it's one and done. Make sure you lined everything up, because if you got it wrong, it's gonna be really shit and you have to like pry it apart and then restart the process all over again. So one and done. Make sure everything's dry, and then it's a bit sucky that I did not film myself painting. I don't know why. I think I have like some lost footage somewhere. But what I did do was use some long pile fur to create the fur edge of the sword, kind of like around the hilt. What is it called? I think it's called a scarbard. Oh, I can't remember. But the sword has some fur at the top of it. So I used hot glue and just stuck it down. I kind of did it in a wrap motion, but then, you know, classically you've got to cover the top. So haphazardly with my trusty old glue gun, I just stuck it down like a crazy woman. And funny enough, it stayed. I did find some footage of me doing a little bit of detailing on the edge of the blade. I wasn't sure what I was doing at this point, but I think I used like a hot glue method to create this sort of distressed edge, distressed side, and then I used some dark paint to create depth. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm trying to put out more cosplays, and if there's any type of prop or type of cosplay that you would like to see, let me know. I think it would be nice to like have a little bit of a chat and let me know if you have any questions. Yes, again, what I made this out of was EVA foam, a little bit of fur, literally, I'm gonna say long piled fur, by the way, so that means it's got length to it. It's not short, long pile of fur. A little bit of faux suede for the hilt, and cosplay clay foam for the mouth. That's kind of cool, right? Yes. If you have any questions, just put in the comments below or ask me questions on TikTok or Instagram. Link in the bio. All right, have a great day. Bye.